Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 761 for Tuesday, the 20th of January, 2026. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag, Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby 360G, and joining me today is...
It's Graham again, or GHAMOX14.
Extremely late. Happy New Year, Nick.
And since I switched, nothing amusing to say.
Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas and a great New Year party or whatever you did. I did nothing. I sat at home and watched the fireworks on the TV.
Same.
Yeah. and that was it. And then it's back to the normal routine. So...
Lol.
Yeah, lols indeed. So yeah, we're back at it, and it's all good. So, just a few things. We were meant to be doing the Game of the Year show for this week's episode. We're now doing it next week for reasons. Well, let's just say for reasons. So next week we will be doing the Game of the Year show. So there's still a tiny bit of time for you to get onto Discord, into the forum section, and put your top 5 or top 10, or top whatever you want to do, top 5 in there for us to read out on that show next week. Excellent. So this week's a normal show. Loads of games played over the Christmas break for me. And I am sticking to my promise at the minute, we'll see how long it lasts, of trying to get through some of the backlog and not play any or not buy any new games.
Okay,
Stunty challenge, you should call it.
The Stunty challenge. Well, he did it one year, didn't he? He called it the year of living gamelessly.
Like it.
Yeah. So I won't be able to do a top 10 next year if I stick to this. So
what if I lend you the new games? Does that count?
No.
Is that cheating?
No, it's not cheating.
It's cheating, that is.
Well, okay, so if I say I'm not buying any games, I can still pirate games, and I can still borrow games.
Loophole.
So there's a few loopholes there. This is a public service announcement. Webby does not pirate games. That was just a joke for anyone who thinks he's being serious. Thank you.
Like it.
Yes, so it's all good. So let's get into some games we've played over the Christmas break. Okay, I'm just going to say I've not even written down all the games I've played because we'll be here forever, but the amount of games that I've written down are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
oh my God.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Anyone played that many?
12-hour show.
I'm only going to briefly mention a couple, but I do want to mention before we get going that I'm really enjoying PlayStation Plus at the moment.
Yeah.
So I know I've talked about this. I don't want to slag off it. There's not going to be an Xbox slagging off episode at all. But I haven't actually played anything on Game Pass for ages, and my Game Pass runs out in April and I won't be renewing it. But I picked up a year's worth of PS Plus in the Black Friday sale, very late last year. And there's a couple of games on there that I just want to give a shout out that I'm just that I have enjoyed. And one of them I'm currently playing through and still enjoying. And one of them, Peebs mentioned that he said to me in the Discord that he'd actually mentioned it on the podcast ages ago. And I'd completely forgotten about it. That game is called Killer Frequency. Have you guys heard of this game?
No.
Oh, you should check this out. So I don't know, Darren, if there's a physical release of this. I've not checked, but it's definitely on PS Plus because obviously I've played through it, and it's really interesting. So it's set in the 80s kind of time period, and you're a DJ, and basically the game is set up in a very small kind of area in this radio station, and you're performing your DJ duties of talking on the radio, and you flick through the different vinyls next to you, and you put them on the record player, and then you play it, or you've even got the tapes. But it gets a bit freaky a bit later on, so I'm not going to give too much of it away because it will spoilers. But the premise is that there's a killer on the loose, and you're a radio DJ in a very small rural town in America, and there's only one police officer. So basically something's happened, and the 911 calls then get rerouted to your radio station. So you're answering the 911 calls, and it's all about this killer that's on the loose. But it's quite clever because you got to give advice to the people that are calling in, and if you give the wrong answers, they can end up dead. So,
No pressure.
So there's no pressure there, and there is actually trophies for making everyone survive the night. So if you're a trophy whore, you might need to replay it a few times.
It's got a pretty good rating on the store.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
It's by the Worms developers.
Team 17, yeah.
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 Came out in 2023.
There you go. Yeah, so it's just a really cool little game. It's not very long. I can't actually remember how long it took me now. Probably about 6 hours or so, maybe ish. Can't quite remember, but I really enjoyed it the whole way through. I did it in pretty much, I think I did it all in one or two sittings, to be honest. It didn't take me long at all. But I just got really drawn into it, and it was just a hell of a lot of fun. As I say, I can't really say too much about it without spoiling it, but I really enjoyed it. I just wanted to give it a shout out, because again, it's on PS Plus. I don't think it's on Game Pass, unfortunately. But it's one of those games that I've actually had on my... Yeah, so I'm just looking on how long to beat. It takes about 5 to 6 hours, so yes, that's about right. It's actually a game I've had... Yes, it's actually a game I've had on my Steam wish list for absolutely ages, because I just thought it looked quite interesting, but never made the purchase. And obviously, it's just when I was browsing the PS Plus store, as you do, I was like, oh, it's on here, I'm going to give it a go. And yeah, really, really good game. So highly recommend it, especially if you've got PS Plus.
Have a look.
If you don't, and you can find it cheap, I guess, do give it a go, because it's just got a really cool story to it, and I really like the vibe. So I'm actually just looking now on Steam. It's reduced from, it's on sale it's on sale at the minute. It's £4.19, reduced from £21 on Steam as well. So
By the time you hear this, it'll probably be out the sale.
it probably will be, yeah. Unfortunately, but no, it's one of those games because, you know, I really love, obviously growing up in the 80s and 90s anyway, I really kind of dug the vibe of, you know, the vinyls and the tapes as well, and just that kind of era as well of the game, as well as the like, there is a tiny bit of exploration around the radio station, etc. But it's just had a really cool story that just kept you locked in throughout the whole experience. So, yeah, check it out. Killer Frequency, PS Plus. It's super awesome.
Nice.
So, and the other PS Plus game I've been playing that I'm really liking at the moment as well is an RPG called Granblue Fantasy Relink.
Yeah.
So this came out, I think,
Last year.
Was it
Beginning
last year?
of last year, wasn't it? Or was it the year before?
No, it was January last year.
year.
I think it was January last year. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Obviously, I never picked it up then. It has been something that I've been thinking about playing for a while. And then obviously I saw that on PS Plus. And I'm on chapter 6 now. I think there's like 13 chapters. So I'm just roughly around halfway through the game. Really enjoying it. The only little letdown I would say about it, and we talked about this, Darren, is that you've got performance mode and quality mode. And it is kind of like one of those art, like the cartoon art style, but the graphics mode is pretty much unplayable because it just puts it down to 30 FPS, and it just, like, because it's quite a fast action game when it comes to the battles, it just feels a bit slow. So I put it on to performance mode, and I think it looks fine, but not amazing. But I'm just really enjoying it for the actual story and the gameplay.
I think the biggest annoyance for me is they talked about the game having performance and graphics modes when they were talking about it coming out for like the PS4 Pro.
Wow.
And then it ended up getting delayed to the PS5, and then they still had the bloody performance and graphics modes in it, and it's just like, really?
Yeah. It is actually also on PlayStation 4, and it is on 4 and 5.
Oh, it is on 4. I didn't know that it's still on 4. It must be pretty shocking on 4, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it is, because I believe, because there's like an online mode that you can do like dungeon runs and stuff with people online, which I've not tried yet. And I believe when I looked online, it is cross-play between PS4 and 5. Because I was looking at if it had cross-play, because someone was asking me about it, if they got it on PC, would we be able to play? And it said online, no.
I imagine it has. Oh, right.
No, it doesn't. Only PlayStation players can play together. Only PC players can play together. And it's not on Xbox. So, but no, I'm really digging it because it's got a really cool story. I really like the characters. And I'm really digging the combat. It kind of feels like a Tales game in the combat, where it's very action heavy, but then you've got all your like kind of arts. Well, they're not called arts on this. I can't remember the name of them now. Like
critical arts, are they called something like that?
Yeah, like you hold down the right trigger and there's like a special move attached to like triangle, circle, X or square, like when you're doing the combat. And then you've got your dodge and you've got your block, and it does become very fast to play. If you has got quite a lot of different difficulty settings as well, which is quite good. So if you're struggling with the combat, you can set it so it like does the auto block and like does the arts for you and stuff, and you can kind of tweak how you want to play it, which I think is quite cool. So I like that, and I just like the exploration, because as you go through the game, obviously it's done in chapters, but you've got like a main. Well, I'm actually unlocked a second now. There's, from what I've unlocked, 2 main towns which you can explore and buy equipment, and upgrade your weapons and bits and pieces.
It's like the weird character story quest things as well, isn't there? In those towns
I've just unlocked those as well. So basically, the way it works is in the town, there's like a quest hub place. You go there and you get quests, and that's where you get a bit like Mass Effect, where you have your player quests for the characters who are with you. And there's trophies attached to completing all of those. You got loads of side missions to do for different people, and then obviously you got the online stuff, which kind of, I think, I haven't played it, but the way it looks set up to me is kind of like how it works in Monster Hunter. So you go to the board and there's online quests, and then it puts you in the online quests with other people.
I think that is the case, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it feels like it works, but I've not tried it yet, even though I would really like to, but I really want to finish the story first because I'm really digging it, and I'm not going to give any of that away, but I'm just liking, because it feels like kind of one of those old school RPGs where like stuff happens and there's epic battles, and then you get put in an area and you can explore that area within its limits and pick up all the extra little treasure chests and secrets, and you get to like the end of that area and there's a boss battle, and then you're going on, if that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a really good snag for PlayStation to get it onto PlayStation Plus. So that's really cool. So I wanted to give that a shout out. And another game I've just thought of, I've not played it on PlayStation, but I absolutely rinsed it on Xbox because I purchased a disc for it, which I noticed is on PlayStation Plus. So play it if you do. And that's Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. So I just want to say, if you've got PS Plus, download that. You'll be addicted. Cool. I'm going to be quiet for a moment and let Graham talk.
Well, like you, I said I wasn't going to buy any games.
Oh,
and I got some money for Christmas. And I got some money for Christmas. And I also happen to have a store credit in CEX.
Ooh.
I picked up the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
Nice.
And I didn't realise this game's only this game new is like 40 quid. And I had a store credit for like £5 or £6. So I paid about 34 quid for it. And it's, if you have any nostalgia for this series, this is definitely worth a look, because it has, admittedly, it doesn't have some of the sort of slightly more, because it's by Digital Eclipse, the people who did like that Atari collection.
Yes.
So what it is it's a collection of a lot of the old games. So, for example, it will have the arcade version of Mortal Kombat 1, and then it will have the Mega Drive version of Mortal Kombat 1, then it will have the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat 1. So you can actually so you can actually jump between all three versions and sort of see where they obviously had to sort of kind of shrink things or cut corners. And in a lot of the versions, they have kind of tweaked them all so they have parity, because I believe the first version on the Mega Drive, or was it the Mega Drive, they didn't have blood, they had sweat instead. They made the blood sort of white, didn't they? But they have all the codes to activate them, so they're sort of as feature complete with each other as possible, if you like, yeah? But there is hours and hours of video in this thing. It goes back to them talking about how they got inspiration for the game. There's video footage of them actually doing the captures. There's like TV commercials they made are in there. There's sort of development artwork which didn't make it into the game. And there are a lot of games in here. I mean, for Mortal Kombat 2, they've included, there's like the Mega Drive version, there's the 32X version, the SNES version, and they've actually included like the Game Boy version, and some of them have got like the sort of what's that little handheld? Is it is it the Jaguar? I can't remember the little handheld. No, sorry, the Game Gear version is on there as well.
What?
So with a lot of these games, they've included like 3 or 4 versions of the same game on different platforms. And it's quite interesting, and they kind of go into the lore and they talk about the secrets, and they sort of show their development process and how they went into the third one. They were kind of modelling in 3. I mean, I sat and put it on over the gap between Christmas and New Year. And I mean, there must be a good 3 or 4 hours of video in this thing, easily.
Cool.
And it's got all of the music, and it's got bios of all of the characters. It's got Mortal Kombat 4. It's got the Sub-Zero game, which came out on PS2. And it's got the Special Forces game as well, which is universally acclaimed as not being all that good. But they're in there anyway. They literally go kind of all the way up to Shaolin monks, but don't include that one. So, I mean, if you're into your fighting games, definitely worth a look. I know they've had problems with the online, because I think when they launched it, it didn't have a lobby system. So it very much hinged on somebody had to be online playing the game that you were playing in order to get a match. But they've sort of tried to patch in a lobby system, and I know it's kind of a bit of a work in progress. It's sort of a bit hit and miss, but I think it's something they're looking to kind of patch up and get sort of working. But it's very interesting. It's got a lot of things on that I would have liked back in the day. You can actually pull up a moves list, and it's quite clever because the moves list is kind of contextual. So if you're in a match, it will show you the moves. And as soon as you get into that state where it's like to do a finishing move, it will then take those moves off the screen and show you what the finishing moves are. Do you know what I mean? So you've always got the relevant information on screen all the time. But if you have any interest or nostalgia for these games, I mean, for 40 quid, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. But I say I'm not the world's biggest beat 'em up sort of expert, but I remember playing these back on the SNES when they first came out, and it's just a nice trip down memory lane, really.
I used to play them on the Mega Drive. I used to love them on there, yeah, good times.
Yeah, but it's for 40 quid. It's a pretty good package, to be honest. There's a hell of a lot of stuff in there.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think it's on most platforms as well.
Yeah, I think it's on the Switch, it's on the Xbox, and it's on the PS5, I believe. I think it's on the top 3, isn't it? I think Nick was looking because he said he couldn't find a physical copy for Xbox.
Yeah, they didn't bring it out physically for Xbox.
What a surprise.
Although they did that.
Most of them don't.
Yes.
Yeah, which is getting annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes your mind up for you what to get it on then, don't you?
Yeah. Not Xbox.
Well, I would want to play it on Xbox because my mate's got Xbox and we like to play Mortal Kombat, but
Yeah.
I'm not paying the £50-60 this is full price digital.
Yeah.
So, but there are some where you can get them from America. So my mate, he's import because they didn't bring out the Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 collection physical on Xbox over here, but they did in America. So he's imported it from America because I thought I'm not paying like £90, £100 to import a game from America.
No, absolutely not.
I just
I just find it weird how Xbox. Sorry, I just found it weird how Xbox has gone that way, Nick. They just don't seem to bring out any games physical anymore on that platform.
Well, I keep saying
not even from their own developers and teams. There was no physical for Avowed. There was none for Hellblade 2.
No,
Hi-Fi Rush, etc.
Very, very limited.
Run is now doing one for that.
Indiana Jones was very, very limited.
It's a shame, man.
Yeah.
But one of their main reasons is because they can't fit the games on the discs because the console has no way of reading dual layer discs.
I didn't know that.
Which is, because they're fucking idiots. So, like, these games that are, like, say, 100, or just under 100 gig or whatever, they don't fit on a disc.
Jeez.
So I just think there's no point.
Plus, I think they're doing quite badly with consoles selling. I mean, I don't know how true it is. I think I thought I heard just before or just after Christmas, they reckon it sold like less than 1 million consoles worldwide.
I reckon it was that. I think they're saying last year was actually their slowest year for sales in recorded Xbox history.
Yeah.
They did take a bunch of L's though last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
It seemed to be the year of them constantly saying, sorry, price raising.
That's a shame.
They just go and software only company like Microsoft want them to, whether people want it to or not.
Well, and obviously, like, the RAM prices are causing an issue at the moment for PC hardware, and that's going to start hitting consoles at some point. But PlayStation seem to be keeping their prices down. I mean, even over the Christmas period, the PlayStation 5 Pro was dirt cheap. It was like 500 quid.
Yeah, it was on. I think you could get it for around $450 in Smiths.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely
I think the base
mad.
PS3 Slim was like $350.
Yeah.
Considering at this point they should probably be about 200 quid.
Yeah, I know. It's just absolutely mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think Xbox are just, I don't know, they just seem to be doing a load of L's at the minute, as you say. It's just really weird, like where they've gotten to, and it just goes to show, like, Peebs as a main example, big Xbox fanboy, he's like using his PlayStation as his main console. I've kind of fallen out of love with the console myself and using the PlayStation mainly in my front room, even though I'm mainly PC these days. And it's just weird. It's just a weird place we're in,
Really is. It's such a shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, considering how well beloved the original machine and the 360 was. Like, the 360, it's not... I mean, we talk about it being like one of our favourite consoles of all time, but I think that's a general thing across most gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. Still keeping my console for that massive bloody library I've got, though.
Yeah.
Like I say, I slag it up. I spend more time on the Xbox than anything. That's just because I have so many
there's nothing wrong with
games for it over the years that I'll probably keep up with it. But.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But, you know, I'll keep my Series X under the telly, but I won't be buying another Xbox console.
No, especially the rumours, like it's going to be £1,000.
Well, you know, just talking about a little bit of news. I think obviously, like, because we've just been talking about the memory prices just in general. There's rumours about obviously the new Steam machine. Some prices leaked saying that the bottom tier model with the smaller hard drive is going to be about £1,000.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Yeah,
that's horrendous. That's a death knell, mate.
Yeah,
I think some people have said that's a placeholder price, but I don't believe them.
No.
All right, who's going to pay that? That's absolutely ridiculous.
Who can afford to pay that?
Oh, this is fucking mad.
Well, the people who can afford to pay that are just going to say, well, I might as well buy a PC at that price.
Yeah.
Well, you might as well buy a PC if you're spending £1,000.
Well, yeah, or just build your own little PC to stick under your TV and put SteamOS on it.
Or just keep the console you got and not care.
Or just get a PlayStation 5 Pro for half the price when it's on sale. You know what I mean? Crazy.
Just makes you wonder how so many of these people in charge of these companies make these decisions. You know, we were all saying last year, like, why would they bring out a machine to combat the consoles, but be twice the price of them? That would be stupid. Who's going to buy it? And it looks like they've done it anyway, and they'll just be so shocked that it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, people in charge don't live in the real world and understand how people think, and they should do.
Yeah. Anyway, where were we? What were we talking about?
Mortal Kombat. About Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's Nick next.
Yeah, let's go to Nick then.
Yeah, I thought we weren't going to do any Xbox bashing this year. How long?
Well, it's not bashing. That's just the truth.
Bruce.
Yeah, that was happy nostalgia, not bashing.
Yeah, that's it.
Lovely. Right, so I played the Alan Wake 2 DLC.
Nice. Which one?
All of it.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
All of it, one after the other, which was
brilliant.
Okay. I mean, I think I did one of these by mistake whilst I was playing Alan Wake, because you have to go through the TVs, and I wasn't sure that was starting the DLC. So one of them I did play twice, if you know what I mean. And I got halfway through it before I realised, hang on, I've played this before. But yeah, you've got basically 2 lots of DLC. And the first lot, which is the Night Springs, which is 3 parts. And this is just, I mean, none of this is anything to do like with the main story that much, and like Alan Wake.
One of them kind of is.
Well, kind of. It's got the same characters, but it's like side stories that don't really matter. So, I mean, one of them might, the last one, but not this one. Anyway, the Night Spring ones, you play as the waitress Rose, who's in the pink dress, who was in the diner at the start of the game. And basically you just got loads of ammo and that, and you just go around and just shoot everything.
Grab your guns and off you go.
Grab loads of guns. You end up 700-800 bullets with shotguns. And you can even do the thing like fast, like shooting shotgun. So you hold it and then it turns like the shotgun into kind of like a machine gun, like burst fire, like 3 or 4 bullets at once. And she's looking for... She wants her sexy writer or something, and then it turns out that's not him when she gets there, that's Alan Wake's brother or something, but that's weird. And the second one, which you play as Jesse from Control, And this is more like horror theme puzzles. You're walking around that coffee theme park that's in the game.
Yeah.
And that's
the one run by the brothers. Yeah. That's a good level. I think that's a good part of the game. I like that bit.
And that's more survival horror. And then the last one, which you play as Tim, the sheriff, who's played by that Sean Ashmore from X-Men. Do you know what I mean? And he was in like Quantum Break and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't like this one that much. It's one of these where it goes into like, alternating timelines and multiverse, that sort of stuff.
Is it his storyline that basically has the guy from the talk show like kind of tied in with it?
Yeah, he's talking to me as well.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but it just does that thing where, which I didn't like from the main game, where you're going through a hotel and you have to go certain ways and follow these clocks and ticking or something. I got a bit lost, to be honest. That was a bit weird. And like you'll go through the main hall, kill some enemies, and go left, and then you'll be back at the front of the main hall again. But this time you have to go right or something. But every time you go to the start of the level again, it's changed in time. So, like more stuff has happened, and you have to like follow that and get through to the end. It's all right.
I will say, did you play Control?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that bit reminds me, obviously, because I played Control afterwards. But yeah, that little foyer lobby that you're on about reminds me a little bit of the one from Control that you go to when you pick up the phones. And obviously the sign on one of the doors, the signs on one of the doors is in Control is actually associated with Alan Wake rather than Control.
Yeah. But yeah, that's weird. And then have you played all the DLC yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does that weird thing at the end where you play like a retro 2D pixel art sort of Streets of Rage shooty game where you go across the end. And then when it finishes the game, it just brings up a load of pages from a comic book or finishes the chapter. And I'm like, that is what it is. But like I say, the first DLC was okay, the second part was good, and the last part of that Night Springs, that's just weird. But then the next one, which is the Lake House DLC, this is just one longer run.
It's great.
Yeah, this is like a whole another little game, but it's all set near enough in one area, and you play as another FBC agent, a woman in there, and it's very Control and Resident Evil like you start at the top floor, you kill all the enemies, you do a puzzle, you get the key card, which means you can go down the elevator to the next level and stuff like that.
The paintings, isn't it? The painter or something?
Weird talking paintings where someone's died and turned into a painting or something. You know, these games, like, they're all fucking mental, aren't they?
They're all studying different aspects of the supernatural, aren't they? This one's like fully tied into Control.
Yeah, which a lot of this, I'm not sure if it's really clever and I'm too thick to get it, which is a possibility, or they're just a little bit too clever and up their own arse sometimes. I felt like that with Alan Wake 2, the main game, like they were trying too hard to be sort of smart, if you know. Do you see what I mean, Switch? Because you played this recently as well, didn't you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
It was like last year or something, but no, I didn't really particularly. I followed it all along easily enough.
Yeah. No, I meant the DLC. With all the paintings and stuff. I'm just like, I was like, I just think from Alan Wake 1 to Alan Wake 2, it's supernatural, stay out of the light, keep awake, and a lot of stuff. All of that story sort of clicked with me, and it made sense, and it was trying to be, whereas this one, it didn't really get any of it.
It's because it's Bureau related, and obviously they're talking about. There's, I don't know whether you did it, but right near the end of that, you actually pull the light switches, because it's got the light switches again, hasn't it? Like in Control. And there's one you do if you do a certain thing in one of the rooms, and it basically takes you to someone in one of those encased boxes. and they start talking to you. And whether or not that's actually tied to Control 2, I don't actually know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I know who you're talking about. Was he like in like a prison box thing?
Yes, yeah. And he's basically talking about it's falling, sort of thing.
It's like they think I should have known who that was, but I didn't. But even though I've played Control and all the DLC and Alan Wake 1 and Alan Wake 2, I didn't know who it was.
No, I don't think you're supposed to. I think he's from like another bureau somewhere else that we don't know about.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. A few times in the game and the DLC, I felt like, oh, that was clever. That was from Alan Wake 1, or that was part of Control. And other bits just completely flew over my head. So, but I suppose it depends how far you're into these games. You know, if you're like with Control, I don't know if you did, but I didn't really read hardly any of the stuff. You know, like all the text stuff, I was just like, there's so much of it to read, I just couldn't be bothered to read it all.
And it was weird because like the actual pickup achievement for like picking up X amount of documents, like you pop it about halfway through the game if you're picking up all the stuff.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool. It meant that like you didn't have to pick up and find every single pickup to get the trophy or whatnot.
Yeah. But it's good that you get it like free if you buy the physical copy.
Yes, yeah, you bought the physical. It come with everything, isn't it? All the DLC,
well, it's not on the disc, but you know what I mean. It downloads if you've got the disc. Because that was nice. I probably wouldn't have paid for it if I'd have played Alan Wake 2, and then like if I'd have bought it digitally cheap, I don't think I'd have got the DLC for it. But as I've got it and it was there, I thought, as I've got it, I thought, well, I might as well play it as I've sort of paid for it, you know. But yeah, all the DLC done, the game done, uninstalled, like 100 odd gig left on my hard drive.
Nice. Cool. Over to Darren then.
Well, over the Christmas period, I finished Borderlands 4.
Nice.
Oh.
I will say, story-wise, it wasn't amazing, but it was also probably the least offensive Borderlands game since the first one when it came to handling past characters.
Right.
Like, it was actually quite good. They didn't just randomly kill anyone off or, like, bumps people off screen or anything like that. And the two characters that actually do make an appearance from, we'll say, the previous game, as in, like, playable characters, were treated pretty well.
Oh, nice.
And they both went into the storyline reasonably decent. There was actually a couple of moments as well that were quite amusing, but then, like, with the amusing jokes come the ones that don't really hit, per se. It was good when I'd actually finished the game because I could start earning XP again, because for over half the game I wasn't earning any XP because it level caps you at 50, and then you don't unlock, because they're stupid, you don't unlock any of the extra sort of ranks or bonuses or anything like that until after you finish the game. So I was running through like the last half of the game getting nothing.
Oh, that's annoying.
Which was depressing because obviously the best thing about Borderlands is the constant power creep. You know what I mean? As you're leveling yourself up and getting better, but then I just kind of plateaued.
Yeah.
Ran out, got a load of guns. It took me, I think, 120 hours before I was able to get hold of a legendary med stim. And that was from, like, repeating a boss over and over and over and over for about an hour.
Oh, that's boring.
It was annoying as shit. Like, really was annoying as shit. And then when I did finish the game, all the enemies jumped up, like, 3 or 4 levels above me, which is always fun when you level cap at 50, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
But, yeah, whatever. Warnings, the trophies on this game are fucking garbage. Absolutely garbage. They are horrendous. They're probably the worst I've known. Well, There's actually 2 or 3 achievements that unless you finish a quest a certain way, you are locked out of the trophy.
Oh, that's a bit silly.
And you cannot go back and replay those missions to get the trophy. You need to play the game again from the beginning, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because it's not a quick game by any stretch of the imagination. Because it's open world, you're constantly finding yourself going back and forth, and because it's open world, you'll get multiple tiered missions that send you across the map, then back again, then back again, and then back again, and like you've got the fast travel points and stuff like that. But every time you go back to those areas that you're going through, everything's respawned. Like, so all the enemies have respawned and whatnot and stuff. So it does become very monotonous and annoying. Like I say, I enjoyed the game more after I'd finished it because, like I said, I was actually earning XP again and powering myself up a little bit more. And then I was going around mopping up like the busy work. There's so much busy work in this game. You've got like drill sites, you've got like crawler sites that you can unlock stuff for your vehicles. You've got like these kind of tombs, I think they are, that you can only get access to once you reach a certain part in the story, even though the game never tells you this. So when you first start it, you'll go down into an area that's kind of like a little bunker. I think it's known as like some are bunkers and some are known as something else. And you can't get access to it, and you don't know why. And the game doesn't say, come back here later, like when you've progressed the story. There's no hint or anything about that whatsoever. You're just kind of like, what? So yeah, there's tons of these propaganda speakers, like little pickups and side missions, and that just dotted all over the place. And I was basically going through these bit by bit, and in the end, I just had to just stop it and put the game down because it was just winding me up so much. I was just like, there's too much shit. It's too annoying. I'm not really getting any good loot because you just generally don't. Like I say, I think one of the more annoying things is I didn't agree with the fact that the last Borderlands game basically gave you legendaries every 5 seconds. Right. But I beat the final boss of the game, and you get 4 red chests. The best item I got out of those 4 chests was 1 purple gun. I was like, really? For the last boss in the whole game, you're just going to give me 1 purple gun and the rest are green and blue? Shite. That you're just going to trash and get rid of. There's something quite interesting that you can also do, I think, when you finish the game as well. So, unfortunately, it's only on your gear. It's not on your weapons. So, like your ordnance, which is your grenades, your shield, your med stim, your class modifier. Can't remember what the other one is. They can all roll with certain little suffixes on them that basically give you like a passive bonus. And depending on how many of these you've got in a set, they give you different effects. So you might have like increased fire rate. If you've got 2 of the same set, it might be increased fire rate plus 25% gun damage. If you've got 3, it might be like increased fire rate, 20% gun damage, and bullets will go through enemies. And it gives you the option to rip those off of certain items to trash and put them onto things you want to basically arrange and come up with sets and builds that would suit how your character plays, which is a nice little thing. Bit stupid that only unlocks when the game's finished. But it means that at least with certain items of loot, you can kind of, store them. Right, so you're like, that's a crap item, but it's got a good roll on it, so I'm going to chuck that in the bank, and then later on I can imprint that onto an item that I really do want.
Yeah.
They have actually also added pearlescent weapons to the game, which are supposed to be like the top guns, like above legendary, but they're super rare to get. I picked one up. It was dog shit.
Oh dear.
So I just ended up pretty much going with like 4 guns that I liked by the end, and they're pretty much the 4 ones I used for the majority of the game. But it's a good game. It's a good like 6 or 7 out of 10. But like I say, the trophy thing really did piss me off because I screwed up. Obviously, one of the store or the side quest trophies that I didn't know you had to do something else. I was like, right, so that's locked me out of another 2 trophies at least, possibly, for the side missions and the platinum. And I'm not playing the game again from the start. So I'm hoping at one point they at least allow people to redo those missions.
Yeah.
Because you've got a mission replay selection,
right,
which I think is a nice thing to have. But the ones that generally have the trophies related to them, no, you can't replay those.
That's silly, isn't it? That's
and
really
it's like
silly.
They're proper obscure as well, one of them. So one of them, it asks you to basically go around the map solving all these puzzles that are on the back of vending machines. And then to get to like the ultimate vending machine at the end, which allows you to get a legendary item. People don't realise that vending machine has a code on the back as well.
Ah.
And if you don't know what the code is or didn't realise, then you'll go through, get your item, but you won't get an actual item that it will drop that you take to someone for a trophy. It's like, oh my God, why would you do this? Like, I looked because I was puzzled because I was like, what's this mission? And then I looked it up and I was like, hang on, I've done that mission. And then in all the comments on this video are people fuming.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because they didn't realise what it was or what they were supposed to do for it. And they were like, all the same thing. Like, yeah, that screwed me out of multiple trophies now. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's like none of the other games had that in them. What are you doing? Like, I'd rather they had the stuff like they did in the earlier games where you kind of had little things to do with each of the characters. So it kind of got you to play the different characters.
Right, yeah.
And give them all a role, but in the recent games they haven't done that. So you can basically just do them all on one character per se. There's a few others as well that are kind of weird. Where there's ones, I think I've only got about 8 or 10 left or something like that. To be fair, and some of them are obviously the side stuff that I will go back and try and do, but I just needed a break because it just felt so repetitive after days upon days of just non-stop.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, completing gear challenges and manufacturer challenges and stuff, they take ages to do as well. So it's like you get like the mini side like little quests to do for each category, and it's basically for completing all of them. And it was like someone was just like, oh, well, the easiest one's the assault rifle. And I looked and I was just like, oh cool, I only need one of them. And then what is it? And it's like, oh, I'm on stage 1 of get second wins with assault rifles or something. And I was just like, oh, for crying out loud. So that's going to take ages because you just have to sit there constantly being put down and then getting yourself back up by killing something. And I imagine it's probably going to be at least a few hundred times. It's just
fuck
like,
that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, why? But yeah, there's a few reasonably good side quests, and like I say, it's not as obnoxious with the besmirching of old characters and stuff. And one of my old favourites does reappear as well, thankfully. Although they've probably just brought them back to fuck them over in the next game.
Oh dear.
Which wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. But yeah, completely easy, doable solo and stuff as well. I just played through the whole thing solo. Didn't need any other and played it with other people and stuff.
That's a shame, man, because it's like one of those games that is made for co-op, isn't it? You know,
it sort of is, but it's one of those, like, I haven't got time to fuck about anymore, like arranging game sessions with people.
Oh no!
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to put something on and play it when I've got a chance to play it. I don't want to be like, oh, is anyone going to be around today for so and so?
Yeah. Well, that's the issue I have all the time.
Yeah, I used to have to do that back in the 360 era, especially when I was going through, I think, Gears 2 with one of my mates at the time, and we was going through an insane. And it took us like a couple of months because obviously he just had a kid.
Oh, God.
So he was basically like, we'd play for like half an hour or something, and then he'd be like, oh, I need to get off, mate. I need to deal with a kid. Sorry about this. I was like, no, that's fine. But because of obviously him managing the time and when he was available, when he wasn't at work, when he didn't have the kid, it just took us ages to get through the game.
Yeah. Shame.
So, but yeah, if you've got, obviously, if you're playing it in co-op with people, I imagine it's pretty good. The arena stuff isn't too bad. I'd say there's like a few little trophies for sort of like weird fate type things that happen. I said to you before, so you've got like open world bosses that kind of spawn in a zone, usually where your mission is, which will be quite annoying because obviously you'll have to deal with the boss and all the enemies in that area as well.
Yeah.
And then you kill them and there's a chance of them dropping some good stuff. There was another one where you have to basically like keep killing enemies and feeding like this material into these vats to basically use as ammunition to shoot down meteorites that are coming from the sky.
Right.
There was another one which was basically the arena kind of stuff from the old games, but not where you want to put your fist through a wall. It only lasted for, I think, about 4 or 5 rounds, and then it ended, and I was like, oh, that's good. But yeah, I do think, was it Borderlands? Yeah, I think it might have been in this. But I'm actually going to say there were multiple times when I was playing the game, I had to go on YouTube to see what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. Because the direction in the game is obnoxious. Like, you'll even go into an area and it'll be like, right, where am I supposed to be going? And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure that character's supposed to have smashed that wall down and they've just run through it, but the wall's still solid and I can't follow. Let me restart my game in the checkpoint. Oh, look, the hole in the wall's there now.
Oh, right. Bizarre.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Just odd. Yeah. But you know, when you're sort of sitting there playing the game and you're like, right, I'm not stupid. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but where the hell am I actually supposed to be going? Because this doesn't make sense. And then you just like, go on YouTube then, shall I? All right, yeah, how was I supposed to know that? Oh, yeah, there it is. I can just about see.
Yeah.
Good one, game. Like, fuck off. Go back to just being like your zones and stuff. I'm sick of like the open world for absolutely everything. Not everything needs it, to be fair. Yeah. I was quite happy with everything sort of being zoned.
Yeah.
And to be honest, after playing things like Dead Island 2, which I was kind of thought was going to be horrendous, like the zoning in that game works really well.
Oh, that's good.
And you can't get sick of the environment or area either. Or have the thing of like, right, I need to get over there. Right, if I go around it, mountain in the way, mountain in the way, mountain in the way, mountain in the way. How the hell am I supposed to get round to that then? Oh, right, I've got to go all the way over there, then try and jump up to that, then float down to there, then get fuck off.
Cool. All right.
Borderlands 4, back to you, mate.
Yeah, so obviously, for me, multiplayer-wise, there's been 2 main games that I've been playing online with people. Obviously, briefly going to mention them. Battlefield 6, still heavily playing that. I actually finished the full Battle Pass now. Only took me 140 hours of gameplay to finish the Battle Pass.
Is it a rolling? It doesn't run out, kind of thing.
No, it does run out, mate.
All right.
Yeah, so season 2 starts soon. I'm not sure when. But they do like these kind of event-y, like little passes as well. So there'll be like a pass that's a week long as well. So they add these little extra ones in every so often. So I finished all of them as well, just for something to do, because just been loving playing the game, to be honest. The only thing I will say is that the passes do they do kind of take away some enjoyment of the game, because obviously, like, I like just to jump on and play Conquest and just play the game, whereas I found, like, on a few sessions I was playing it, I was so fixated on getting the little tokens to finish the battle pass, it took away some enjoyment, because it was like, oh, you need to play as a certain class and do certain things as that class, or, you know, get a certain amount of kills with a shotgun and shit like that. I fucking hate crap like that, because I just don't play like that, because I like just to play like Conquest as an engineer. You know, I'll fix that and taking the points and taking tanks and that out, and forcing me to play as to other classes or using certain weapons just really takes away some enjoyment for me. And obviously, because they're trying to stay away from the stupid skins and stuff on Battlefield, like the battle passes, there's literally nothing in it I even want or have used. It was just a thing to, like, say I've done it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
I noticed Call of Duty's added, like, what, Fallout skins or something to that now.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So I've gone back to now, I mean, even though I've finished all that stuff, I've still been playing it. Friday night, had a really good session on it with D-Twin, and we just played it for the fun, just jumped onto Conquest mainly, and just had the fun times. The game is in desperate need of some new maps, though, because obviously I played it a fuckload. I know every single fucking map now. I need some new maps, but it's still not taking away the enjoyment. In the news about it, apparently it's lost over 90% of its player base, which is crazy. However, every single time I go on, I get into a full game, so I don't think it's doing that bad. So, but yeah, I'm still enjoying some Battlefield 6. It's definitely the multiplayer game of choice for me, but that's just because I enjoy those type of games. Obviously, the other multiplayer game we've been playing is Ark Raiders.
Which I think has took a few people away from Battlefield, I think.
It certainly has.
I think.
Yeah, it certainly has. Now, I enjoy Ark Raiders. I'm not going to take anything away from it. I think it's a fun game. Peebs is really addicted to it, which kind of surprised me, because I didn't really think that these sort of games were his sort of thing. But, like, I thought that with a few people have picked this up and have got hooked on it who I wouldn't have thought would be into them, because obviously, like, I've played games like this quite a lot on PC, because the first game like that was Tarkov, and then there's been quite a lot of other spin-offs like Arena Breakout, the new Delta Force, and a few other games. But none of them seem to have taken off like Ark Raiders has. I think that's because Ark Raiders, and it's not like besmirching gamers at all, but it's a bit more, not noob friendly. What's the other word I'm looking for? Like, just more accessible for people. Shall we say?
It has more interest in there, I think, of like the locations, the environments, the searching things, the hunting things.
Yeah. So I'm still enjoying playing it every so often. I don't, unlike a lot of people, I just can't like get in the mood to play it on my own. Like, and I know a lot of people play it solo, but I just prefer playing it with people. And I know it's been quite popular in the community, but I've been struggling like in an evening just to see if anyone else is playing it. Like, Peebs is old man Peebs, so he normally comes off about 7:00 in the evening, and that's, I normally don't come on till about 8, and just no one seems to be on. So yeah, I just haven't really played it much recently, but I have had some good sessions with Peebs and a few other people on the Discord, which have been quite good. So yeah, those have been kind of my main multiplayer games. Yeah, just playing with people from the community. But no, Battlefield 6 for me is still my preferred game out of the two, just on a personal level. So, yeah. Back to Graham.
Well, I picked up a game in the run-up to Christmas on the store digitally, actually, because it was down to about £11.
Yeah,
and it's one that Nick might know. It's a VR game, Alien Rogue Incursion.
Yeah.
I've only played it for about 3 or 4 hours at this point. For some reason, I put it down and I haven't gone back to it. But no, I'm enjoying this. This is it's got all of the sort of atmosphere of the movies. The menu system is quite nice. It's very, very sort of customizable. I've managed to get it exactly how I want to play it. It all sort of makes sense, but it's one of those where you're walking down corridors or over the surface of the planet. You got a pistol in one hand and you got like the motion tracker from the movie in your other hand. And it's quite tense and scary. And then the next thing you see one of the xenomorphs running across the roof of the sort of one of the structures over the other side of the courtyard. And it just light puzzle solving, bit of shooting, bit of interaction. You have to fix fuse boxes with a spanner, and it's very much just like get the power from the left side to the right side, go through the junction boxes which work, and then the door will open, finding keys. But it all kind of feels futuristic, but in the way that the movies did. So it sort of feels futuristic, but it still feels sort of 70s at the same time, you know? How they sort of did their tech back in those movies. But no, I mean, for £11, this game's a bit of a steal. I'm not sure quite how long it is, but I'm actually really enjoying it so far. I do mean to get back onto it.
Part 1 of 2, though.
Is it? Right, okay.
Yeah, as it says part 1 somewhere in the thing. Do you like the save rooms? Because they're all the same with the bunk beds. It's kind of like, did you ever watch Red Dwarf back in the day?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Red Dwarf bunk beds and at the bedrooms where you have to go and save.
Yeah.
And stuff. I do like these VR games, but sometimes I just think it's too realistic for its own good, you know, with the reloading and stuff. It's just like, did you do
so you're not defenseless then? You can actually fight back.
Oh, you get some bullets. But I think you said, you hear the xenomorphs before you see them most of the time.
Yeah, yeah. You'll sort of be walking up the stairs, and one will sort of smash against the window outside, scare the crap out of you before you go up into the main big room. And there's obviously like a broken window, and they'll sort of they tend to not swarm you too much, but very early on you do get the pulse rifle, and you do start with a pistol pretty much from the start of the game as well, don't you? So. Yeah, but I'm enjoying it, and I am going to go back to it. But I thought for £11, it's not too bad. It sort of feels quite nice and immersive.
I think I paid about that as well. I wouldn't pay some of these £35-40 for a game. I don't know why. It's just like with VR, especially. I think it's good. It's digital only. I know it would have to be digital, and where you got to put the disc or cartridge, but it's just. Some of the VR games on there are crap, and you just don't want it. That's why you have to look. I mean, like I said, I think it's with PlayStation, the same as Meta. You add the game to your wish list, and a lot of the time they tell you, like, email you when the game's on offer.
Yeah.
Which is it's a nice thing to do. So that's pretty decent. But.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's worth a look though. I'm not sure what price it is on the store at the minute, but. For a reduced price, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I paid about 11-12 quid as well. It's definitely worth it at that price, but you just need to, like, with VR and stuff like that, you can't play that. You can't just sit there for 3 or 4 hours and play it, can you? I don't know if you're the same. Once I get up to about 45 minutes to an hour, I start getting a bit hot, so I just think, stop now, because, you know.
Yeah.
£20.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh, then again, I don't know. It just says PS4 Pro Enhanced. Doesn't say it's VR.
Okay, I might be the different.
Oh, I think there's a non-VR version, isn't there, as well? Because I'm sure I found it because I'm sure I found a video of it when
there we go. Yeah.
About it before.
So the VR version is $32.99.
Oh,
there you go. I wouldn't pay that for
the
it.
Standard version's $20.
Yeah, on Meta it's gone up again to £30 or $30.99.
Well, at least with it being a part one, then if there is more parts to it, maybe after the other parts are released, they'll do a physical of it all bundled.
Yeah, I'll put maybe when you look on the
because it's only 14 gig anyway, isn't it? Like the file size, just under 15. Sorry, 14.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a huge download, so it would be possible to get it onto a disc.
Cool.
Yeah, but good fun.
Who's next? Nick.
Me, on a game that's not good fun. That's okay. I finished it. Mindseye.
Oh, you finished it? Oh my goodness!
Nice.
It's to the point now where it doesn't crash every 20 minutes. So,
nice.
When it came out, it's had so many patches, 6 or 7 major title updates plus loads of patches in between. It's I think it's into double figures, the amount of patches that's had. I mean, I did watch a few reviews back then. Thought, nope, I'm not paying full price for that. And then when I saw it for a tenner, I was like, oh, fuck, it's got to be worth a tenner just to find out how shit it is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've played some games. Sometimes you can get fun out of terrible games, can't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I remember back in the day, Clive Barker's Jericho.
Hey, don't besmirch Clive Barker's Jericho.
Stunt in his Rambo game. Or
but sometimes they're so bad they're fun and they entertain you. Not in the way they intended, but it is what it is. But
yeah,
actually, Peeps went through Rambo as well, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he's a Chivo whore, isn't he? Yeah. You should see some of the shots he's playing on his PS5 at the minute for the trophies. Oh my god!
Well, I got
the Walking Dead game.
So I got the platinum on this. I only missed one trophy, which I shouldn't have. So this is a pretty easy platinum. So that could be a thing, for a tenner. But I think it's with this game, everything is just okay. Yeah. Nothing's super special. Yeah. It's just the average 5 out of 10 game. I mean, like I said, the driving's okay, the shooting's okay, nothing's really stands out. The story, it's one of these where you think, oh, this is going to be interesting, and basically you've got because you're what's his name, something Diaz, Jacob Diaz, I think that's right, and you were like a soldier boy, and you had this Mindseye thing which helped you with superpowers to be a super soldier, and it malfunctioned and killed off, and you killed loads of your soldier friends. But it wasn't you, it was the Mindseye went rogue or something. Then it jumps 5 years later and he's trying to find out what it was and what happened. And it didn't tell you what it was and what happened by the end of the game. It ended on a cliff. No, I think they just ignored it. And it done the yeah, well, they intended to have about 8 games. Don't ruin me with Shenmue. And but yeah, it done the usual, because this is in the near maybe 20, 30 years in the future. Oh no, all the robots that were working for us have gone rogue and they're now trying to kill everyone. I'm like, seriously? And you just go through that, you send off a few rockets, and you get to the end, and there's it's like a cliffhanger ending, and you do something. I'm just like, oh, is that it? Okay. I was like, they're never making another one of these games again, so it just went nowhere. And it was promising. Like say, seeing the game, I thought, oh, this will be good. This will be a good. When I saw it at E3 last year, or not E3, if you know what I mean, I thought, oh, this looks like a decent game. I wouldn't mind playing that next year when it's finished. I was like, what? It's out in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, say, all the reviews were so bad because, I think everything was broken, the AI was fixed. But you know, like a lot of these games, no one's really going to go back to them, are they?
No, it's a shame because I played through over half the game and I could see that they had grand ambitions for it with like little memory bubble things that you could go into. And they
I
had
just
a whole...
did that once. I never done that again.
I did a few, and then I had a whole like section in the menu where you know, like people could make their own scenarios and shit like that. And it was going to be this epic thing, but I just don't think they had the time. You know,
no, I honestly think they were making this game, and the people in charge went, release it, and they were like, it's not done yet, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, like I say, some of the stuff in there, you can think, that's interesting. I wish they had more time to use that. Like, you know, you use the drone when you were running around shooting.
Yeah.
You know, that was really good, especially when it got a few upgrades later, because other than that drone, where you could, like, either press the button and the drone would, like, shoot, like, missiles or electric and control the other other robots and stuff, or you could hold a button and control the drone completely, and like go up and like look and put everyone on the map, you know, tag them with the little red dots and stuff like that. And I thought that makes it slightly different than just your standard cover shooter.
Yeah, like some of the missions were pretty good. Like I remember there was one where you had this kind of spider drone and you had to get it into this building and sneak around and get some info without the woman in the flat spotting you, and I quite like missions like that. You know, I thought they were pretty well done.
I think you only did one. That was it. You didn't do any more. I honestly think this game was supposed to be so much better than it was.
Yeah, it's a shame because I had a really good setting as well. It was a futuristic Las Vegas, and it had the big dome there, and like I remember, like there was a mission where you were in one of the hover cars or flying cars, whatever the fuck you call it, and I was just looking out at the scenery thinking, this looks awesome, you know? Such a shame.
Yeah, and then it gets a bit magic and aliens towards the end for no reason.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, really? But, I mean, it's worth a tenner, and it's a easy platinum, so...
There you go.
Well, it is. I expect everyone to say this game is brilliant in 3 years' time when it's been re-released like they did with Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much, Nick. Darren, back to you, mate.
After obviously the Borderlands 4 stuff, I wanted to sort of kick back and play something a bit more relaxed. So I sort of like went back to, as in like, because I played it for about a couple of hours and then sort of put it down. Went back to Oblivion Remastered.
Ooh. On the PS5.
Yes, yeah. Obviously, it released, I think, towards the end of last year physically.
Right.
So I picked it up then.
And how are you finding it?
Oblivion?
Yeah, Oblivion Remaster. Yeah.
Oh, because you said next year, I forgot it was 2026.
Yeah.
Already.
Only a couple of weeks into it. I'm still quite shocked that this game is like 120 gig.
It's just fucking...
Which is kind of crazy when... It looks nice, don't get me wrong, it looks way better than obviously the original Skyrim did, Oblivion did, but I don't know if it looks like that much better than the Skyrim latest updates.
Yeah.
But I think it just kind of brings it up, and it's like a lot bigger in file size, and the map size is smaller, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because going back to this, it was quite shocking. I will say, like, flat out, this is my least favourite of the Elder Scrolls games, even though I still like it as it is. But out of the big three, it's my least favourite. But yeah, you can kind of go from one end of the map to the other in about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Like if you're just going in a line and doing that in Skyrim, you're lucky to get from like one of the towns to like Whiterun or something.
Yeah.
But like I was saying to you, Webby, I think that might also be due to the fact that everything's a bit more windy and out the way. In Skyrim, you've got to kind of make your way round areas and down valleys and stuff, whereas Oblivion, you're almost like on a plateau.
Mm-hmm.
like with the big Imperial City in the middle.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I mean, I remember being blown away by this game on the Xbox 360. It was the first Elder Scrolls game I ever played, and
me too.
I had such fond memories of it. And then when I played the remaster on Game Pass, I just kind of fell off it after a few hours. I was like, yeah, it's all right, and moved on, unfortunately.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of like basically bringing it up to date, I think.
Mm. Oh yeah, I mean, if you watch the comparison video,
kept all the original voice acting. The music in the game is still gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, I never had an issue with the music. It was more some of the other sort of stuff that was a bit more linear than the previous game that came before it. Weird things like you getting bounties for like virtually doing nothing, and you're just like, all right, how did I get a bounty there then? Like I didn't kill anyone, murder anyone, and whatnot. And the quests all being sort of like very kind of like one note. There's a few you can change and have an alternate like way out of it.
Yeah,
like alternative ending to it, sort of a thing. But you need like higher speechcraft and stuff that you haven't actually got at sort of like early points in the game.
Right.
Kind of thing. I'm only around rank 11, I think it is, because it does take you a while to obviously level up. And I can't remember. Did you have to sleep in? I can't remember if you actually had to sleep in Skyrim when you looked to level up, or whether you just leveled up.
No, you just leveled up.
Oh, yeah, because in Oblivion
you have to sleep in a bed. Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
So that's a pain in the arse, because you'd be like running around and you're like, you've leveled up. And you're like, shit, I need to sleep somewhere. Where can I sleep? And then like there's a roll. You cannot sleep while enemies are nearby. And you're like, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
Like,
that was so mean when it happened.
All right, yeah.
What was him from Pulp Fiction? As like when Oblivion says enemies are near, and he just walk around looking. Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you end up playing the game. Then by the time you do get to rest, you level up like 5 times.
Yeah, no, I'd usually find a way of doing it reasonably quickly, like just pop into an inn and stuff. Because also the inns and that aren't like super expensive, only like 10 gold or whatever, like 10, 20 gold. Yeah. But it kind of reminded me of certain bits where I ran into one of the towns. Like I was just passing through. I was like, I'll quickly drop off here and sell some shit. And then straight away, Glarfir turned up and gave me a quest. I was like, you son of a bitch. Like the annoying, what do you call it? He's like a paranoid wood elf or something that lives in one of the towns. Wants you to follow loads of people around. He's like just a paranoid nut job. But it has been fun, like revisiting a lot of the locations with the new visuals.
Yeah.
And having like that, because I haven't touched probably Oblivion in 15 years or so.
Yeah.
Because I remember it came out, I was kind of annoyed with it after a certain amount of time. Got to like the DLC, like the Shivering Isles or whatever.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. I just blasted for it as quick as possible to get the 100% achievements and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just threw it to the side and never went back to it. So it has been funny going into certain areas and just being like, oh crap, I remember this mission. Oh, I remember this. I remember this area, this location. And obviously seeing it now. And obviously the music mixed in with the nostalgia and everything as well.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they did this with Morrowind. But I don't know if people are ready for that.
I don't see that ever happening, mate, to be honest.
Because I also ran into
work for that, you know.
Yeah, I also ran into the annoying thing with this game that was one of the first things that pissed me off, where you've got like a road in front of you, or like you can completely see where you are, and then it just goes, you cannot go this way, turn back, and it's like, what? Like there's like an invisible barrier around the edge of the map. And nothing like that existed in Morrowind at all. If you could see it, you could go there. That was like one of the best things about it. It was almost like it's still probably the most limitless game I've actually played. If you could think of what you could do, my mate in it built a ring where he would fire himself into the sky and land in another town across the map.
That's pretty funky.
Yeah, because you can obviously create your own enchanted spells and stuff like that. Although he did create some good ones in like I will say, like Oblivion's Paralyze is still fantastic. It's still one of the funniest spells because you'll just hit an enemy with it and they're like, "What's happening?" and they'll just fall over while they're talking.
Yeah,
like as though they've just gone rigid. Like, just fall over. And like he had poison on it and detect life, so they'd literally be sitting there going, "Help me!" and like twitching, and then you'd see the soul go out of them, sort of a thing, as the detect life ends, and they pass away. But yeah, it's still a fun, enjoyable game. Most people that obviously played Oblivion and loved it have played this remaster anyway. It was free on Game Pass.
Yeah,
I haven't played it yet. Can't get the girlfriend. I was just done 140 hours, and I don't think she's done anything in the game. But she's always over-encumbered.
Oh, yeah, that can be annoying, the over-encumbered thing. Especially with, like, you'll go over to someone and you're like, "Oh, mate, I've just found this dwarven armour and stuff. I'm over-encumbered. I need to get rid of it." And then you go into the shop and the bloke's looking at you like you've just fucking slapped his kids as soon as you walk in the front door. And you're like, "Oh, God." And you're like, "Here, mate, take this." And I don't know, I can give you some belly button lint and a fucking belt buckle or something for it. You're like, "Really? Can't you give me a little bit more?" "Nah, mate." And then you've got that like mini game where you like talk to them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah. And they've kind of got rid of that in Skyrim, which was good.
That's weird because I played this, or the 360 one. I think it was just before COVID or just after, because they did like a sort of 4K up-res like 1X thing, and I went back to do the Shivering Isles DLC because I never did that.
Oh, right.
And like I said, I think I'm similar to you, Darren, where it's like rose-tinted glasses in my head. Oblivion played exactly the same as Skyrim. Like, you know, the mechanics of the game, the graphics, everything. And then going back to it, you're like, "Oh, God, what the hell is this? Why am I walking like this?" And then doing, like, opening the Oblivion gates, just going round in a big circle until you get just like, oh.
Yeah, so I haven't started that yet because I was just like, as far as I can remember, as soon as I do this quest, it means Oblivion gates are going to stop randomly spawning throughout the whole game until I finish the storyline.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to leave that until last, and then just mainline it, because I hated doing those.
I've seen that happen with us a lot, with, you know, the road tinted specs, and you think it played, and then you go back and you're like, "Oh no."
But yeah, no, you did in this one. Obviously, they've improved the third-person camera view and stuff like that, and your character, it does actually look like they're sprinting and stuff when you're running. And everything.
Yeah, I mean, this would be the way you do it, rather than the 360 version.
So yeah, it was also on sale if people just wanted the digital version of it as well. I think recently it was sort of like 30% off or something, so it was around like £25-30 and stuff. And you generally can't go wrong with that. You'll get loads of hours worth of play out of it, regardless. It's like, so it's like 50 odd quid at the moment, but yeah, it's regularly on sale. I will say the achievements in the game weren't great, were they? That was one of the things that I've always found a bit depressing.
It was easy achievos, I remember.
Yeah, it's kind of like reach this rank in the Fighters Guild, reach this rank in the Fighters Guild, reach this rank in the Thieves Guild, reach that rank in the Thieves Guild, beat the arena, get promoted in the arena. It's basically all just guild related and stuff. At least they got a little bit more creative with them in Skyrim. But then again, this was their first foray, isn't it, into like and it was like, if you look at obviously Morrowind, like I say, limitless game, you can almost do whatever the hell you want in that. You can enchant absolutely everything. Like in this, obviously in whatchamacallit, Oblivion and that, you equip, don't you? You have on like your chest piece, your gloves, your legs, and your feet.
Yes.
Whereas in like Morrowind, you could have underclothes, under trousers, pauldrons. Each of the pauldrons, left and right pauldron, and you could enchant all of those, everything. So you could be going around with like so much different enchanted stuff on, and obviously you had spears and things like that as well, and certain other weapons that they kind of took out. Medium armor was removed. You've now only got light armor and heavy armor. I think, did they have medium armor in Skyrim? I'm trying to remember. I think there was a medium armor in Skyrim.
Oh, I can't remember, mate.
But yeah, going from obviously the visual leap from Morrowind to Oblivion was huge. Like at the time, it was one of those kind of generational things. Because if you look back at Morrowind now, it's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then like the gameplay and the music are just fantastic. But the game does look horrendous. Like it hasn't held up particularly well. Although I believe there was, like you were saying, Nick, they did I think an up-res patch thing for Morrowind.
Yeah, they did one as well, and it's still a horrible game
for the Xbox. Yeah,
I think they did a 4K one, which I tried. I just couldn't.
So it probably looks worse because it's sharper. You probably
I think that's why. That means you can see everything that's bad.
I mean, who knows? One day they might, because it is probably, as far as like today's gamers are concerned, the least played Elder Scrolls. Although everyone that's played it, it's like beloved. I would say that was probably one of the first games where I was kind of like, once I started playing it and I got into it, it like consumed every waking hour of my day for months.
I think Morrowind, people think that's one of the best stories.
You literally had to keep an actual diary with you as well, because not a lot of the stuff was written in the game, so you'd have to keep a little book with you. And all my mates had them as well, little like travel journals that we'd write in. I left this loot in this cave. I left this here. Blah blah blah. If I drop, because I don't know whether Oblivion is the same. I think things disappear after time. But with Skyrim, with Morrowind, you could leave like a fork and a crappy bowl on the floor in the middle of the road because you didn't realise you had it in your inventory. So you're like, what's this crap? And you just dropped it. And then you'd be running off, and then you'd be playing the game for a couple of 100 hours, and then you go back to those beginning zones, and you're like, holy shit, the bowl is still there.
Yeah, that's one of the things that killed the PS3 version of Oblivion, with things like that, because that obviously, the more you do that, the more memory that takes up and just keeps counting, and that's what killed the PS3 version.
Understandable. I was actually thinking this. They should have certain options in games where you could toggle something in the options to say, look, if I sell stuff to certain vendors, after like a week of game time, those items disappear out of their inventory as though they've been sold, rather than the game like being like, remembering exactly where they are at all times. Because then, like you say, it's just more memory.
Stuff that do disappear eventually, but if you leave it on the floor, I think that's something to do with PS3. It's like how it did its cache memory or something. So the more of that you did, and it kept remembering it, and it started affecting everything else. But yeah, these are good games. Can't believe we've had 15 years since the last Skyrim.
Well, it's almost similar to the GTAs, in that we had like 3 or 4 GTAs on one console, and then we've had one since, or 2 since.
Yeah, we've had one last, GTA like 15, 20 years.
But yeah, the next Elder Scrolls is going to be quite some way off, so there's another reason why I was just like, I'll pop back into Oblivion. And there's obviously a few extra little tidbits, isn't there, added to this as well. because it's basically like the deluxe edition or whatever it is. If you buy the physical copy, it's got like deluxe edition content with it, which I think is just like some extra armor designs and things like that, similar to what they did with the Skyrim 10-year anniversary. There was like some created club stuff that was kind of added in, and new armor sets and things. Hopefully they'll release it on other platforms, but I don't know how you would like put something like that on the Switch when you consider like it's on the consoles at the moment. It's like 120 gig for like the Skyrim Remaster. Yes.
Cool. All right, shall we move on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, ask me again, isn't it? Okay, so
yeah.
I'm going to mangle a load of games into one again, into one kind of category. Racing games. As you know, I love my racing games, so I've been playing quite a few. I'm just going to talk about 3, not for too long. My main one that I've been playing again, as I was before our Christmas episode, was Gran Turismo 7. Still absolutely hammering it. I'm playing it nearly every day. It's really weird. Like, I'll be gaming up on my PC in an evening, and then my missus will be like, "I'm going to bed." This will be about 11 o'clock at night, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I'll watch an episode of Dexter," because I'm into Dexter at the minute. I'm nearly done all of them now, all the newer ones. And then I'll finish an episode and be like, "Oh, fancy a bit of Gran Turismo now." And I'll be playing Gran Turismo till like 1 or 2 in the morning. And then I'll have work the next day and feel like shit. Yeah, but it's really weird because, like with quite a few of my racing games, I'll be racing, but I'll chuck like a podcast on as well. So I'll be listening to a podcast and I'll just be chilling out, listening whilst I'm playing a racing game. And Gran Turismo at the minute just seems to be that for me. The Power Pack DLC I'm still really loving, which is really good. I still haven't finished it at all. But I'm getting about halfway through there now, which is just crazy because there's just such a lot of content there. But also I find in myself like I'll be doing like a race or two on that, and mainly it's just one because I'm at that point now where the race is like doing your practice, your qualifying and your race. You're looking at dedicating at least an hour to doing that one race. So I'll normally just do that one, listen to a podcast and go to bed. Or I've been playing quite a lot of the sport mode, which is the online mode, and just doing a couple of races online and just really enjoying that as well. So, yeah, I'm just loving Gran Turismo at the minute. I'm just having a blast with it, to be honest. It's just so much fun. So that's kind of my main game. F1 25 has been my other main racing game on PC. I've put, nearly 200 hours into that as well this year. Well, since I bought it last year now. Again, it's one of those chill games I'll stick on, listen to a podcast and just do some races. I've gone through the career twice now. One, because I do full length races. So again, a race takes a long time. But I like that kind of, your strategy with your pit stops, etc. So I've been really enjoying that. F1 25 is just again, I just find these games just very relaxing, just playing, just racing and listening to something. So that's been a lot of fun. And the other racing game that I've only got back into the last few days, but I ended up buying a second copy so I could play it online with my boy, is CarX Street.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, I've talked about it on the podcast before, kind of briefly. So, because I bought this on sale for myself last year, and have been enjoying it on and off quite a bit. So it's kind of it's an open world map with loads of different races on there for the single player. It has got an online component. You see other people just driving around the world, a bit like the old test drive games. But also like the old test drive. I mean, this is very arcadey, but like the old test drive it's kind of about that car culture where you can have loads of different cars, you can tune them, you can get body kits, you can put neon lights on them and all that sort of stuff. But the other component to it is you need to buy properties to house all your extra cars.
Yeah, just like the old test drive.
Yeah, so I own a load of apartments, and then because you're in an apartment, if you drive up to the apartment, you see your other cars parked out in the car park outside of the apartment, which is pretty cool. And then you can switch between the cars. The map is quite large, which is quite awesome. There's loads of content in the single player. And then the other cool thing is, so I picked up for Marcus because he started playing it on my PC, and I said, "Oh, I'll buy you a copy so we can play it together." And it was very seamless. I just invited. You have to make a room yourself to actually get people in that you know, and then we've just been cruising around the world ourselves and just doing races and just having some fun. That's been really good. It kind of reminds me of playing online, kind of like the old Burnout days and that, just having just a silly fun time. So that's really good. But they've also done quite a large update to the game recently. They've added a new mode. It's a cops and robbers mode. So a bit like, you remember like Need for Speed, like I think it was Hot Pursuit?
Yeah.
Kind of like that-ish. But it's kind of, so basically you take it in, so basically the game mode's set up where you'll do one round as the cops and one round as the street racers. And you get like an area where the street racers have got to do, they go into the zone and they drive dangerously and drift and pick up some collectibles, and you accumulate points as the racers. And then once you feel like you've accumulated X amount of points, you then have to drive to the garage to claim the points for your team's score. But obviously the cops are trying to arrest the racers, and the cops can either smash into you shitloads and then arrest you, or you've got spike strips as well that you can chuck out the back of your car. So you do that. And so, but basically the way the rounds work, each round, there's only 2 rounds, but during that round, there's 3 areas that you move to. So you spend like 3 minutes in the first area, then you move on to the next, then you move on to the next. And it's quite fun, actually. Just been really enjoying CarX Street. It does have crossplay as well, which I think is quite cool. Obviously, I've got it on PC. I know it's very cheap on PlayStation. I think it might have been on PS Plus for a little while as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's just one of those kind of under-the-radar driving games that I don't think many people are really aware of. That is a lot of fun because it feels very old school, like it belongs in the 360 era of gaming, but it's a modern game, because it's very simple, but it's just a lot of fun. So, yeah, I've been having a blast on CarX Street. It's just, it just brings a little smile to my face when I'm playing it. And then I just really like like the old, car games where you like spend ages like putting different body kit parts on and you choose the colours of your neon lights. It feels very 90s in that aspect, So, yeah, I'm just really digging it. So those are my main driving games at the minute. I'm just really loving. So, yeah. Good times. Back to Graham again, I guess.
Well, I haven't played a hell of a lot more. I've done a lot of twiddling around with a lot of smaller and older games. I noticed that there was an update for Cyberpunk, actually, and also Cyberpunk is now on the game catalogue. So,
yes,
basically, to be lazy, I've installed the version from the store, so I don't have to get out of my chair to play it and put the disc in. But I've done about 3 or 4 hours this week. I'm just kind of sort of playing with the world, and it's an enjoyable game. I'm sort of still trying to wrap my head around some of the bits of it slightly, but no, I'm just kind of doing missions here and there, exploring, seeing the characters. It's a pretty good game now. I think it's got to the stage. I know it launched in rough shape, but now it's pretty good. But apart from that, it's just half an hour here on just little things like Ball Pit and just sort of smaller games, really. But I haven't played a hell of a lot of much else, really, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's me done, really.
Oh, good times, mate. Okay, fair dingles. Anything else from you, Nick? Oh. You there, Nick?
Is she still there?
Yeah, I wasn't muted. You were muted.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been playing MetaQuest, obviously a bit of that, like the exercise stuff as usual. But been playing a game. I got it because it went on offer. That's an early access game, but so it's only got chapter 1 and 2. It hasn't got all of them. It's called Dark Trip.
All right.
And I know posted some pictures in the WhatsApp if you want to see why I bought it. But it's an early access game, but it's the third part's supposed to be out in the summer, so I don't know if I'm allowed to have it in my game of the year. But basically, that's like a puzzle game, like puzzle room type thing.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you're a private investigator, and there's this woman who's gone missing, and it's not scary, but it's a bit spooky and ominous. You know, it hasn't got jump scares like too many, so it's a bit weird. It's a bit, yeah, it's just like you do loads of puzzles in the room. So you get into a room, you think, oh, how did this work? Oh, you move this over here, and you move this over here, and stuff like that. But you've got some of them outside, but most of them inside. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you think, oh, why can't I finish this puzzle? And that's because also you have to then have a dark trip because you find some pills and you have to take one of the pills to have a trip, like a drug-fueled dark trip. And then like the whole area then changes. You're like, oh, that's how I have to finish the puzzle. Or vice versa, that type of thing. And it's kind of weird. And I think I saw something on MetaQuest VR and that got my look in it because basically there's a woman who's been kidnapped. And you have to find like what happened to her and where she is. There's all pictures around, and basically this German kidnapper nutter bloke is into all like BDSM and Satan stuff.
Oh,
so every so often she turns up for a few seconds, then disappears because you're having your dark trip, and she's in like head to toe like bondage gear with like a tits out and things like that, and like in a gimp mask and a ball gag, and I'm like, lovely. I think it was like £8, so I'm like, oh, I'll play that because I'm really into puzzle games, obviously. And, hey, sex sells, and I just thought, oh, what's that? That's very weird. And there's a bit in like I think
almost sounds like a sweary game.
Oh, not that bad. Possibly, but it's a weird thing where there's one she's like you find her, she's part of the puzzle. And she's like pinned up on the wall, and she just like keeps moaning and stuff because she's like chained up to the wall. I spent a lot of time in that room. I could not work that out for ages.
Has your girlfriend played it much?
Was it quite hard? Was it?
What the game or something else? No, it's just you're playing a lot of that. Beats. Oh, yeah, I'm playing a lot of Beat Saber. Yeah, I'm beating something. Shut up.
Beating something else.
Yeah, but I was just looking for some different types of games to play, and it was early access, so I added it to my wish list, and I think it went on offer and stuff like that. And it's just something different, because most of the puzzle, like I said, all the shooter games seem much the same. And then you got the exercise ones, which I like, but they make me tired. And this one just, I think I only looked maybe once or twice on YouTube for a guide because I'm like, I have no idea like what I'm doing. And then you look on YouTube and you're like, oh, you stupid twat, that was easy. You should have worked that out. And then another thing where you would think is really complicated and you get it first time. Type thing. So. It's definitely deep, but I think it's only MetaQuest and Steam. I don't think it's on PlayStation VR. Yeah,
okay.
well, I don't know with PlayStation VR because they're still early access. So I don't know if they have early access games on PlayStation VR.
Right.
Yeah, but
I don't think they do, to be fair. They have some like weird shovelware type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That looks like it was made in Unity.
Yeah, this probably was as well. But it's cool. Like I said, some of the puzzles cool. Also, you pick up like loads of like items and stuff, and you like on your hands. Also, pick up loads of That's why you could do multiple replays. You find loads of like hidden, like sometimes they're just out in the open, but like photographs and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, that's a nice picture of her. I'll keep that for later.
Oh dear.
Very good.
not one to play around the kids then.
I haven't got any kids.
No, I mean for me.
Probably not. But then you can't play VR because you just throw up.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. But yeah, so I finished, chapter 1 and 2. Like I said, the third one, it says online that it's releasing in the summer. So I think that the last sort of chapter, it got a lot bigger. So instead of like little puzzle rooms about the size of like a living room or something, the last one was like it had a big train that you had to get to move and stuff like that. And it's like, what do I do? Oh, you change the clock to what time the train should leave on the wall, that type of thing. But then you can't get the train to go until you've put some coal in it to burn and things like that. So it's clever, those sort of things. Like I said, you don't get, I think with stuff like that, because you don't walk around too quickly, you won't get motion sick.
Right.
Because like I don't know if it says that on PSVR, like on this, where it says like it'll say like how the game plays, so it's like no motion sickness, like easy, moderate, or intense, or something like that. So if it's easy on the eyes, if there's not a lot of motion, then this one's like easy to watch, if you see what I mean. Because like some of the other games, like Aliens, when you're getting chased by a xenomorph, you've got to run around and duck and look all around behind you, whereas this, like, it's a lot slower pacing. But yeah, it's pretty decent. It's definitely worth £8. Or I could have just gone on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Well, if Starmer hadn't blocked it.
You can prove your age.
Yeah, well, I looked at the picture, turn my head left, turn my head right, and that said I'd unidentified, so I thought wonderful. Yeah, that's pretty much me done.
Cool. Darren, anything else from you, mate?
Yeah, I'll fire for a few things. So I started tinkering this afternoon with a game I picked up in the winter sale on PlayStation because I had like credit for Christmas.
Nice.
And the game was like a really good fucking price. And I was like, you know what? There isn't a physical copy for this. I'm willing to pay £16.
Okay.
Because obviously I had the credit. I then found out a week later there's a physical copy coming out in February. So I'm going to have to buy it again. Because I want to support them actually releasing a physical copy, and that game is The Midnight Walk.
Oh, what's that then?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember ages ago the game that was showed off at the PlayStation showcases that was done all in claymation?
Oh, yes. Yes.
And you could play it in like normal version, or you can play it in VR as well.
Ah, yes, I remember
that
this.
game.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And it is gorgeous.
Oh, fantastic.
It is a beautiful game. I only sort of completed the first chapter today, which took about 50 minutes or so. So you basically start off as like the Burnt One or Cinder Man or something weird. So you basically like you wake up and you sort of walking down a hallway, and then like this weird creature at the end pulls his eyes out and gives them to you, and then you pop your eyes in and you can see. And then you move around the corner a bit more, and there's another one who pulls his ears off, and you pop them on, and you can obviously hear properly. And the entire game is done in this sort of like stop motion claymation kind of style. And it's just the kind of thing that if I was walking around in VR, I'd be like, yeah, I'll be interested to sort of check that out. So it's also got like a weird mechanic in the game where you basically close your eyes and it hones in on sounds.
All right.
Because obviously the game knows when your eyes are shut and stuff because it's got like the sensors on there and that for the eye tracking and things.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
you can like listen and your controllers pulsate as well, like in the direction that the item might be, because there's like secret items and things to be picked up.
Ah.
And at the moment, I've been traversing around the world. And then you get sort of so far through it, you get like these big like boxes of matches because the world's all dark and everything's cold. So the first sort of group of people you come across, although they're not people, they're like sort of creatures, I suppose. They're all sort of collapsed like and motionless by a fireplace, and you have like a big box of matches, and you grab a match out of it and you strike it up the side and then set the fire up, and they all sort of come to life and sort of start warming themselves by the fire. And a bit further on, you can use those matches to light candles and stuff through the maps, because you can either use them to obviously light the way for secret paths and things like that, or you can use them to bait enemies. So there's certain enemies that eat fire. And you'll need to obviously sneak around them, so you can kind of... It's got almost like a slight, we'll say, like Outlast kind of thing, you know, the hiding in lockers kind of aspect.
Yeah.
So you've got like these horrible creatures that scuttle about and chase you, that you can then like hide inside one of these cupboards to sort of like avoid until they go off. And then probably go off, and while they're eating the flame, you can kind of quickly jump out and run past the area that they was originally sort of standing in.
Okay.
But not long on afterwards, you meet Pop Boy, which is not someone who smokes a lot. It's like a weird sort of cauldron guy, and he's kind of creepy but kind of cute in a weird sort of way. So it's scared of you at first, but then you can feed him coal and he gets all excited and runs off, and you use him to sort of solve puzzles.
Okay.
So he can burn through like these sort of walls of black liquid, and also there'll be certain candles and things in areas that you can't necessarily reach, but he'll just stand there and he'll fire like a little flame out the top of his head, which will like set the candle on fire to help you move forward. So we've basically been setting off on our crazy adventure towards the midnight walk. And the entire game is all done in this like weird, surreal, almost like pop-up book style.
Okay.
Like the moon and everything's hanging there, but they're on string.
Oh.
And like the stars are kind of like scrunched up bits of paper.
Very artsy then. Yeah,
and
that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's really well done, and all of it, and the music is beautiful. Lots of piano and strings.
Oh, brilliant.
So I'm actually looking forward to the point when I kind of get to like a base, because I think there's like a home area that you can, where all your collectibles go, because you find them in like tree stumps. You sort of open them up and you're picking up like marionette dolls of the characters and like music soundtracks, making of videos and stuff for the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it said viewable in home sort of a thing. So I'm guessing that's kind of where they are. And like one of the first things that did outside of the visuals, sort of like when I was going through it, was just like, wow, this music is really good. Like I do like a good violin and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, I recommend that. And if people are interested, the physical copy for it comes out in February.
Brilliant.
Cool.
But yeah, if not, wishlist it, and it pops in and out of sale. And like I said, it was on sale for like 50% off during the Christmas thing, and I was just like, yeah. So even though it's coming out physically, I still don't regret double dipping a little bit, as it were.
You'll buy it again if you like it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to buy the physical anyway.
Cool.
Awesome, mate.
So yeah, there's that. I'll come back to that obviously once I've played more of it.
Cool.
Obviously, First Descendant, I've been playing through that again still. I suppose waiting for like the sort of new content updates. It's just kind of a chill game, stick on in the morning for about an hour, get through some daily bits and bobs on that. Obviously, Final Fantasy 14, not particularly doing much story stuff on that at the moment. I'm sort of taking a little break from it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like you do. So it's the perfect MMO to sort of jump in and out of. You never really miss out, and you can catch up pretty well. If you did want to play it again, Webby, you've apparently got, look, there's another free trial weekend or whatever going on. Free campaign weekend.
Cool. Cool. Hey, we did play some Space Marine together as well this week.
I was going to mention, Space Marine 2. I've still been playing as well, like a lot.
Well, good fun on that. I've finally done all the extra missions now, so that's good.
Yeah, the operations or whatever they're called. Yeah.
So that's good. I'm glad I finished them off. I'm really enjoying it again. So yeah,
it is crazy how that game can go. It's like kind of like we was going through like the hard missions. And then we was like, right, we'll go from like because they say they're like normal stratagems, but they're not really normal because they're on like the hard difficulty. And then the hard missions are on like the higher difficulties. So there's like two of the highest ones. And like the normal ones, or even though they're high, are sort of like reasonable and decent and a bit easy to per se. But then the ones up from that are fucking take the piss, mate, with some of the stratagem things on them. So it was like we was doing one today on one of the levels. We all got wiped to the first group of enemies.
Oh, fun.
Like the first group of enemies. Like my mate just turned around and was like, what the hell happened? Because he was down. And then I got hit twice, and I watched, like, I lost 90%, well, all my armor segments and 90% of my health in 2 hits. I was like, the fuck? And they weren't even, like, melee hits either. I was just like, all right, what's this? And he was like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know, mate, it's just fucking stupid. Some of the things they put in. Like, how you're supposed to avoid some of that, I don't know.
It is such a fun co-op game, though, isn't it?
It is, though. It's amazingly fun. Like the parrying and everything works really well.
Yeah.
But there are just weird moments of like melt, and then there was like a couple of kind of weird lag issues I think we had on it today, which seemed weird. But it's not something you necessarily sort of come across. Where I rolled out the way of a sniper, and I literally rolled out the way of him, but I still got hit. And then when I was like moaning about it, my mate was like, was that the sniper on the top of the thing up there or something? I was like, yeah, that's the twat, because I was like hammering him down. And he was like, he did that to me earlier as well. I rolled him and he still hit me. I was just
server issues,
a bit of
maybe.
randomness. Yeah, it could be server issues. I mean, there was a bit of connection issues around Christmas time, I think, when loads of people were off and playing.
Yeah, it's still a fun game, man. I've been really enjoying getting back onto that this week with a few
There's still content to come for it.
Brilliant.
There's still quite a bit of content to come for it, so it's not far off. We should be getting a new map.
Yeah.
And a new class as well. New character class. Which is cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a bit crappy because, as you know, you can only have so many people in a game as each class.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to end up with everyone wanting to run that new class, and they can't.
Yeah.
Because someone else is using them.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So there's that. Yeah. And there is a demo out at the moment of the new Dragon Quest 7 remake, but I haven't got around to testing it out yet.
I've not downloaded that myself, but it looks interesting.
Because that game actually is out early February, I believe.
Oh, is it?
So that's why that demo's lingering, yeah.
Nice.
It's like one of the earlier games.
Cool.
So I think you've got... Isn't Resident Evil February as well, or is that March?
I don't know.
End of February,
Nick
I think.
would know.
No, it's end of... Yeah, I think it is February. The end of March is Crimson Desert and the Dynasty Warriors 3
Cool.
remake.
Awesome, mate.
You've got a new Trials game out on Friday this week.
Oh, nice. I do like the Trials games. Ubisoft are pumping a game out. Oh, interesting.
Ubisoft?
Yeah, Trials. Like, are you not talking about... Oh, you're talking about a different game. Oh, I was thinking of the Trials games where you're on the bike.
The Legend of Heroes Trials of,
Oh, Trials
like you play Trials in the Sky. Yeah, Trials or Trials.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, okay. All right. Cool.
You thought I was on about like the Trials Fusion and all that.
Yeah, see, yeah. So I was thinking, oh, cool. I like them games. Nice. Awesome.
But yeah, that's basically me done.
All right, sweet. Okay, I've got a couple of games I want to mention. So trying to get through my backlog, I noticed on Steam I've got a few games that I've just been sitting there not doing anything. And one of them is a game that's been in my library for years and years, and I've wanted to play it but never got round to it. So I started playing it this week, and it's been strangely addictive. I don't think this game ever came to console, but you may have heard of it. It's a little game called Papers, Please.
Oh, this is an old indie darling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It came out on the Vita, I think.
Oh, did it? Jesus, wow. This game is old.
Yeah, because it was
exploded.
They were talking about it was all touchscreen and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I've been playing that this week, and I'll tell you what, it is really fucking addictive. Like, I'm just going through the story, and I just couldn't stop playing it. So I started playing it midweek, and then I just found myself in the evening just be like, oh, I'll just play a little bit longer. Just do another day. Or do another day, because it's done in days.
Yeah.
So basically, because like the reason I never played it is because I thought, like, everyone bangs on about how good it is, but it just sounds shit. Like, you're a border guard and you just look at people's ID and you let them in or not. Like, that sounds fucking shit, doesn't it?
It sort of does, but then you've got to look at the things. I remember when everyone was banging on about Vampire Survivors when that originally was on the PC or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at it and I was like, what the f*** is that? It looks like an old, 16-bit game.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you watch a few people play it, you're like, hold on a minute. And then you're like, give me the controller. You know what I mean? I want to play this and try it out for myself. And then, next thing you know, hours have gone by.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's meant to be obviously it's not real countries, but I think it's meant to be it's kind of like Russia or something. Like you're a border guard for some communist country. And it starts off quite simple. So it's basically just kind of teaching the game, you're at this border and people come and you look at their ID and you check it's them on the photo, you check the date and, and then as the days go by, there's always a new gameplay mechanic. So they add new rules. So it's everyone who's coming to work has to have this work permit, but you got to check the stamps legit because there's been loads of forgeries. And then it'll be everyone, and then next day it'll be everyone's got to come in, it's got to have this other slip, this extra ID slip that has their height and weight on it. So you've got to make sure you check their height and weight. And then basically, if you miss anything, you get a little citation. And then if you get 3 in the day, they start deducting your wages. Right, yeah. So, and basically, you don't get paid very much. And the whole backstory is you have a wife and kid, and your wife and kid are sick, and you got to make sure you have enough money every day for their medicine and food and rent and heating and stuff like that. And then obviously if you don't have enough, someone will start to suffer. But it's done in a really, just in a really cool way, because it's very basic graphics. But it's just the way they add all these new gameplay mechanics every day. Like, it just keeps you wanting to come back for more. And, like, people will, like, come to the board and give you sob stories, and then you feel like, oh, should I let them in or not? If I let them in, obviously I'll get a citation, but if not, they might starve to death, and all this sort of stuff. So it, like, plays with your morals as well. Yeah? And then there's this whole other thing I've not quite worked out yet. There's this Dark Order, which keep on giving me these cryptic messages, and they're like, oh, this person is going to come in today, let them in because we're trying to bring down the communist regime and all this sort of stuff. But then you'll get days where the police will come to you and they'll be like, oh, have this order come to you? Do you have anything from them as evidence? And you're like thinking to yourself, should I give them it, or should I work, or should I help out this Dark Order? You know what I mean? So it's all these other little bits to it as well. I'm just loving it, mate. It's just absolutely awesome. The only thing I will say is I initially tried to play it on the Steam Deck, but it's just shit on the Steam Deck because there's no controller options, so you have to use the touch screen on the Steam Deck, and I couldn't be fucked with that, so I'm just playing it on my PC with a mouse and keyboard because it's a lot easier. So, yeah. But no, I'm loving it. And it's just shown me a little bit. I feel like I've made the right decision with myself to actually, instead of like always looking for the new shiny, to actually go back and look at my backlog and see if I can find any gems. And that's one of them. It's just, I know it's really old now.
Hundreds of gems through the years. Like I've always said, like everyone's got an amazing backlog of games. Mostly, I think.
Yeah.
But even if nothing came out for like a couple of years, I think most people would have plenty to keep them going, or plenty of games that they've overlooked.
Yeah. Yes, that's one of them. So if you haven't played it, and I think most people have, but I haven't. If you haven't, and you got Steam or whatever, check it out. So I think I must have got it in a Humble Bundle or something, because I don't remember actually buying it. So there's that. The other game that I've played a little bit of, not a lot of, but I wanted to give it a shout out, is Ready or Not. So I bought this fucking years ago, but it was always in early access, and like the full game's out now, and they've actually like have a single player campaign in it now, and it never had it before. It was
Is this the one that was accused of being censored because of the console releases?
Maybe, because I think it had like a school level or something.
It's like the SWAT team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a SWAT game. So it reminds me of those. Yeah,
almost like the old Rainbow Six back in the.
Yeah, because this is what I really like about it, because it reminds me of, I used to play like those real hardcore SWAT type games back in the early 2000s and that on PC and stuff.
Oh yeah, they were actually called SWAT, weren't they, as well?
Yeah. And it's basically just like that, because it's very slow. There's no sprint button or anything like that. It's literally walk or slow walk. But the cool thing about it, because I played some of the single player, and it just runs you through kind of the levels in an order that you can play on, like in co-op online. But what I really like about the single player is you have your squad, so you always take 3 AI in with you, but you can hire more people, because as you do missions, they can get injured, they can get stressed out, and they need like time off and things like that. So you're managing your people, and they all have strengths and weaknesses as well, and you can gear them up with different stuff. Like different guns and different different things, like a wand to look under a door, as an example, like a little wand camera thing. And it's basically, the way it works is you go in and you control so basically there's 5 of you, so you got 4, so you control 4 AI, and it splits off in between blue and red team. And you can control all 4 of them at once, or you can split them off. So if there's like 2 doors, you can send like blue team to one door to breach one door, and red team to breach another door at the same time. Like, to like take out to two places at once, and you tell them to clear rooms and all that sort of stuff. So it's quite tactical. I just love it. And the hub area is really cool because like the hub area is this police station, and you can go to the firing range, and it's like looks like an actual proper police station. You can go in all the different offices, and there's people all around there doing different things. And I've done about 3 missions in single player now, and it's very, very good. Some of it's at night, and you have to use your night vision goggles. You can use a torch depending, and it's very realistic because basically it's you aim your gun at people, and like a lot of the time they'll just put the gun down so you arrest them and take evidence and that. But then sometimes they'll shoot at you. You have a little bit of a gunfight, but it's very realistic in the fact of like one bullet like in the head and you're dead. If it's a bullet in the arm, you get injured and you need to get healed up and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really cool game. And I remember getting it a couple of years ago, I think, and playing it in co-op a little bit with randoms. But now it's got the single player. I think it's a lot better now because obviously a lot of the time you don't want to play with people, and it's just cool to have that extra tactical thing of just commanding some AI to clear rooms and breach doors and things. So yeah, it's really, really good. I believe it's on console as well. So
it is, I think.
Yeah, so if you're into them kind of very simmy SWAT type games, definitely something to keep an eye on because it's fully out now, and it's a lot better than what I played when it was an early access, a year or so ago. So yeah, just wanted to give that a mention. I actually bought a game on your recommendation in December, Graham.
Oh, go on.
Earthion.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get on with it?
I loved it, mate. I've played through it once. I will be playing through it some more because it's got that replay value. But
yeah,
the reason I picked up was like it was on sale, but when I was reading up about it, it was actually made for the Mega Drive and then ported to all the other systems. And I just think that's really cool, man, that people are still making games for those old 16-bit systems, and you can actually buy a full cartridge for it. Yeah, which is so cool. So I picked up on sale on Steam because obviously Steam Deck, it's a perfect little device to play it. And I just like it because it's proper 4x3. It's like really good 16-bit graphics, very fast action, fluid. Yeah, mate. It's just a really good little pick up and play game. So, yeah, man. Oh, good. And Peebs has picked it up as well off your recommendation. So you got.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, you sold it. You've sold it twice, mate. So you've done well.
It's very good. I like it. I like it a lot. It's definitely a very good one of those games.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, very, very niche, and I just quite and I just like as I say, I just like the aspect of it's for the Mega Drive, but it's new. I love those sort of stories, And
you just don't get games like this very much anymore, though, do you?
No, that's right. So
really, it's good to see.
Yeah. So thank you for the shout out on that game because without you, I wouldn't have even known about it. Just going through the backlog again, a game that I never actually played, Batman Arkham Origins. I've played all the other Batman games back in the day, but this was one of those games that back in the day everyone slagged off because it wasn't made by Rocksteady.
Yeah.
And I think, playing it now, I think it got a bad rap because I'm really enjoying it. Really, really liking it. It's got a really cool vibe, and it's been really cool to be playing it over Christmas because it's set over Christmas. It's all the city's all really snowy. It's quite dark. The city's not huge, but it's very easy to navigate. You got your bat claw thing, and you can pretty much like Spider-Man just zip around the city. But I find myself playing it mainly on my Steam Deck, and like I've blasted through every single side mission I can until I couldn't do anymore without doing some more main missions. So you got all the different, like a lot of big bosses from the TV shows and comics in it. I'm doing the Penguin at the minute.
Isn't Black Mask the main villain?
I think so, but it's got it doesn't have the Riddler in it. It's got some other guy fucking hell, my brain's not working. It's got some other guy
the Calendar Man.
No, he's doing the you got these towers, but he's kind of like the Riddler, the Riddler with the challenges, but it's not the Riddler, it's someone else. But I've been going around like doing these tower things and unlocking all them to unlock the fast travel in all the areas of the map. But I'll tell you what, I know it's quite an old game now, but it looks gorgeous. Like I've been playing it mainly on the Steam Deck, but also on my PC. And on both, it looks stunning still, I think. And it's got just a really cool story. And it's just like, again, it goes to show, like, don't believe everything you hear for games, even like back in the day. Because obviously, as I say, it got that hate. Oh, it's not Rocksteady. It's not as good as like Batman, Arkham Asylum and the other ones. But it's a really good game, man. It's got really cool dark stories. It wasn't
just that. It was one of the games that befouled the classic. We've got to have a multiplayer mode in it. And it had achievements and trophies related to it. And I think that's also what added to the factor.
I didn't realise that.
Get the Deadshot boss fight though, Webby, and then you'll get mad.
Oh, okay.
There's a boss fight in that, which no matter what mode you're on, is so hard.
Or even on story mode. Okay. Well, I'll let you know, but I just want to say I'm really enjoying it, and it's a lot of fun, and it still looks awesome. Because my plan is to play through all the Batman games again. So I did Arkham Asylum last year. I'm doing this one, and then I'm going to do City after that. I'm playing, obviously, also the Batman Telltale games on the PS5, which I'm really enjoying. So Batman for the win.
Batman VR.
Well, I can't play that, but yeah, so that's good. And the other couple of games I wanted to mention, I bought my boy, well, my kids for Christmas, Lego Party for the PlayStation. Yep. And it is basically just Mario Party, but it's Lego.
With Lego.
But it's really good. Like, some of the mini games are complete copies of Mario Party as well, which is quite funny. But I will say it's a little bit, because we've been playing it quite a lot. There's only 4 boards, and we've done all 4 boards quite a few times now. So we're kind of like, oh, we wish there was more boards to play on. Got like a pirate board, a space board, like a theme park board, and I forget what the other one is now, top of my head. But it is a lot of fun. We're playing it this afternoon, actually. Yeah, it's basically you got to get the golden, like the person with the most golden bricks wins, just like the stars from Mario Party. Has a mini game at the end of every round, going around, and there's different things on the board. We can steal the golden bricks of other people and things like that. So,
I was about to say, can you steal other people?
It is just Mario Party, but in Lego, and but it's a lot of fun. So if you like Lego and you like Mario Party, check out Lego Party if you can find it cheap. Nothing really else I can say on that, really, because if you played Mario Party, you know what Lego Party is.
Yeah.
Another game that I bought a game for my daughter for Christmas, and it's surprisingly very charming and really good.
I think I saw you playing this.
Yes.
Is it Hello Kitty by any chance?
Yes, Hello Kitty's Island Adventure.
Yeah, I think I've seen this come up on your profile, actually.
Mate,
I saw it and I was, what the hell? But then I remembered you got a daughter.
Yeah, but I will say, if you are someone that has played Animal Crossing and really enjoyed Animal Crossing, you would like Hello Kitty's Island Adventure, because it is pretty much Animal Crossing with Hello Kitty instead. So basically, the beginning of the game is like you're on a little plane going to an island, and you make your cutesy wootsy character, and then you go to the island, and then you like have all your little friends on the island, and you have a little house. You can build a house, and you've got to do collecting, and there's dailies, and basically, it's Animal Crossing, but you're a cutesy character, and it's got Hello Kitty in it. But it's surprisingly got a huge island and quite a lot of content to it. To do, and very much like Animal Crossing, you can build a net and catch bugs and and all that sort of stuff. So you go fishing and do your other little stuff on the island, and you can unlock stuff to go swimming, and yeah. So it's basically Animal Crossing in all but name. And it's surprisingly like I'll give my daughter the controller and play it, and I'll just find myself just watching it going, thinking to myself, this is really fun, and my boy's like, Daddy, I want to play it. So he's made like a game on his profile as well, a little character on his profile, and he's been playing it. And my missus has made a character on her profile as well, so everyone's been playing it. Obviously, my daughter has been playing it on my profile because I want the trophies for her playing it. So, yeah. But, yeah, don't let the name Hello Kitty put you off if you're an adult and you like Animal Crossing or whatever. It's actually quite a cute, charming little game, even for an adult.
There's actually there's a game coming out. I can't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure I saw it on a PlayStation store once or twice when I was looking, and it literally looks like an absolute Animal Crossing ripoff.
Oh, okay.
Like the way the characters look in the village and everything.
Right, okay.
I was like, wow.
So, yeah, Hello Kitty on an adventure. You'll see it on my PlayStation profile. It is not me. It is my 5-year-old daughter. Honest.
Lies.
And the last game I've been playing has been Hitman. Really enjoying Hitman. I've actually finished the Hitman 1 inside the Hitman game now. And I've done the first mission in Hitman 2. And it's surprisingly very, very enjoyable. I put it down for ages because that last mission of Hitman 1 was fucking bitch. And I just was doing my head in. So I put it down for a few weeks for trying again. And I actually figured it out after that. You're in, because you don't have anything because you're a patient in this doctor's place in Japan and you got to like get everything yourself. You know what I mean? So it just was quite challenging. But I managed to do it and it was really fun. And I started the second Hitman within Hitman. And that first level was really, really fun. And yeah, really enjoying playing that because it's kind of like, obviously I know you're killing people, but it's like playing a game of chess because you've got to really think about how you're going to kill the person and get away without getting caught.
Especially if you don't want to take out any innocent people.
That's right, yeah, because you get minus points if you kill any innocents, and that's why. So I like to do it properly. So I'm playing it on normal, which is actually really hard, and then I'm saving it quite a lot. Then if I fuck something up, I'm like, I'm reloading that save, doing that. I do that a lot, just because I want to get it just right. So it does take me a long time to do each level. So, yeah, really enjoying that. And obviously that has a lot of replayability for later to do the levels in different ways, etc. So I think I'll be playing this for quite a long time to come. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've played. I've played others, but I will be all bloody night. We've already been going for 2.5 hours. So, yeah. Any other games, guys? Because I've got a tiny bit of news I want to discuss. If that's okay.
Not particularly for me.
All right. So over Christmas, there's been a couple of bits of news that I wanted to mention. Obviously, I talked about Battlefield losing quite a lot of its player base. I've gone. We'll skip past that. There's been news this week that Division 3 is in full production at Ubisoft, which is positive news. No. There's nothing else being said about it on dates or anything like that. It's just they've just said it's in production. However, there's been lots of negative news come out of Ubisoft over Christmas. It's been hacked multiple times and loads.
The big fucking Rainbow Six hack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember whether we talked about that or did that happen.
No, we didn't. Yeah, so Rainbow Six got massively hacked by 3 different hacker groups. And they basically gave everyone like thousands of dollars worth of in-game currency, I believe. So they had to bring the servers down. And then the other hacker group was randomly just banning users in the game by the thousands. And a lot of data was stolen. And then they put the game back online and it got hacked again. So
they granted everyone all the cosmetics as well, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
including developer only cosmetic.
Yeah. So it's been a bit of a hot mess, really, as been Rainbow Six. So that's not good. And obviously, a lot of, I think Ubisoft servers were hacked as well, and they managed to exfiltrate the source code for every Ubisoft game from the 1990s.
Wow.
Yeah, so it says here, hackers have exfiltrated the source code of all Ubisoft game products from the 90s to today. Everything, including games, Uplay data, etc. Which is pretty crazy. So, yes.
Oh dear.
Yeah, oh dear indeed. So they've not been having a good time, have Ubisoft. The other bit of news that I think people might be upset about, I've seen quite a bit of rumours that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to slip its November release date for this year.
Yeah.
And slip into 2027. There's been multiple reports of that on the social medias. So take of that what you will. It'll be interesting to see if that's true or not. And the other bit of news that I had, which is a sad piece of news, is the news over Christmas of Vince Zampella dying in a car crash. Driving his Ferrari a little bit too fast and crashing into a bollard in the middle of the motorway.
Just please stop driving. Look, I'm sure like there must be race courses around, like if you want to do that kind of thing.
Well, the really sad thing about it is that the video of his crash was online, wasn't it? As well.
So, yeah. I think I'm looking.
Yeah. So that's all my news anyway that I managed to gather. Anything else from anyone else?
Oh, there was, but I've completely forgotten about it now.
That's all right.
My train of thought just disappeared.
I think we're all tired and ready for bed now.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, on that note, we're going to end it here. So, from me, Graham, Nick, and Darren, it's been absolutely awesome to be back. First episode of 2026. And next week, we will be back for the Game of the Year 2025 show. So don't miss that. So from all of us here, it's been awesome. We will see you next week. Goodbye.